Hi everyone. Uh, I'm Andrii Kravets, 3-dan professional from European Go Federation, and I will comment right now Moyo Open. My Open, it's Radek Nichnicki Memorial. It's the last big tournament before EGC. I would say it's last repetition. I think also there would be a lot of strong players here. Uh, Even right now, we would broadcast from round two, and we already see a game from the current European champion, Mateusz Surma, who will go also in a week to defend his title in Ankara. And let's see in which shape he is, how he would play in this tournament. Also, there is a bunch of strong players here, Lukasz Podpera, strong 7-dan, and also one Chinese player, one second, I forgot his name. It's always a trick with Chinese players. Yuanzhen. Yeah. The thing, yeah, it's not so easy for European player to remember the Chinese name. But also, this player is kind of a bit new in a Go scene in Europe. He started to travel to tournament probably, I think, last 2 months, and he already showed some performances. I think he won some tournaments, like Kedros Cup, so he's pretty strong. And this would be like, I think, three main favorites for this tournament, and we will see how it goes. Right now, I'm really interested to see what will happen, and yeah, how it will go on. Also, there is a lot of young Czech players. For example, Jan Komin. In the first round, he beat Fu Tianyi, which is pretty strong 6-dan. Uh, Sometimes he goes to the top places in like big tournaments, so he's pretty strong. And also Bartik Dach, who we also will see on the second game. He would play with 7-dan, Yuanzhen. And in the first round, he beat another Chinese player, Zhang Mingui. About Zhang Mingui, I'm not sure how strong is he. He has a rating of a solid 6 dans, which means he's pretty strong. I think should be strong. And also that game you can also find if you check the games. I can give a link in the chat. Give me a second. So here you can find all games. This is the live game right now from EGF2. Round 1 was also from this link. And there was the game between Bartik and Zhang Mingui, and there was a half pointer, so it's might be interesting to just check. Yeah. And now let's go to the game. This is the game between Surma Mateusz and Komin Jan. And this is more like experience and like top player play with the youngster. Young Komin is still playing, I think, under 18. So he's pretty strong, even though he's still young. And I think he would also play in European Championship. So we will see how it goes. Maybe, there is a chance that they also can play there, but we can see what is the difference right now. And I think it's interesting, not only from the tournament view, but also to just see how far young players, or can they really fight top European players. So here Mateusz is black and Jan is white. Let's see. So, okay, this is so far is everything is fine. Um, I think it's okay to play this, but at this point you can easily don't play with this shape if you want, which is a bit more complex overall, but it's okay if you like to, create some groups and see how it goes later. In this way, it's okay. But there is some issue later. For example, if white would play in this area, which probably I would do just straightforward, maybe starting with this kind of move, this or this, one of these two. Then it would be not that easy to just fight for both. I think this is just forcing difficult fight because this three stones doesn't have a base. These stones also kind of alone, so it just forces a fight. As far as I saw some of the Komin games, I think Jan Komin is pretty peaceful player. He doesn't like to push really complicated fights from the beginning. And also, even though he's peaceful player, I think all young players can read pretty well. So if the fight happens, it's like he can fight. The thing is, he's not forcing the fight like, you know, very intense from the beginning. So this would be a forcing some kind of fight. Yeah, let's continue. So this is the simple move. Here, I'm not sure we want to jump. As far as I remember, through this shape, we kind of want to play this and have this shape as far as I remember. So we kind of want to destroy shape a bit for black, and if black would play like this, I think this exchange by itself feels sad. So I would just go for this one, and here it's very hard to find the shape. I don't know what to do. Maybe now you can jump, and all over this shape looks pretty nice. Maybe now you can crosscut. This would be my first intuition. Also, there is not so clear if you have something on the left or not. So yeah, this one is more peaceful way. Everything is just solid. It's not bad. It's just less maybe efficient, but also more solid. In this kind of game, I think very important to play the shapes you are confident, and if you like to have a solid shapes from the beginning, why not? Yeah, hi everyone. If something is wrong with the sound or with video, you can just write. I will try to fix it if I can. I think so far everything should be okay, but you never know. I mean, I'm looking from my perspective, maybe from your perspective is a bit different. Yeah, so we played this, and here white plays super interesting move, which you don't see very often, is this extend. I don't think it's bad, it looks okay to me, but I would not play it. Probably it's just okay to play something simple. If black want to push, that's also okay. I think when you have such a solid shape with the extra jump, the left is almost a territory and it's kind of a lot. So if you count, it would be like something like 60 minus 3 plus 5, around 60 points. And this is solid cash. So I would be happy here as white. I think this is good. Yeah. But playing the other variation also possible. There is in fact some issues with this. That like it leads to the variation where black run with a group into the center. Maybe that also help to kind of create a nice Moyo for black later on the bottom, but we are looking a bit too far maybe. Yeah. So in this case, I'm just trying to remember that Josek is here. And it's not that easy. I think I would block and then see what will happen because my intuition tells me that something like this should be as a Joseki here. And then maybe just connect and pump. I think this is what I saw before. And it looks really nice for white at the moment. Also, if you push, you get Hane, so I don't see a point of pushing here. So yeah, there is not much you can do. Maybe you can turn here and then have the shape like this, which is fine. But I think white also should be kind of happy with all of this. So mm, in this situation, it feels like here A is a critical move for both colors. Now when white turn, as far as I remember, black can play this, but this is okay for white. So black, as black, you need to run. There is no way we are playing like this because we can already resist. And in this case, this is center, so maybe we need to connect still. But now there is some problem with the shape, but again, I'm not even sure it's so easy to settle even now. Leads to some complicated fight, which I'm not even sure who is good. Yeah, for me it's a mystery who will be good in this fight. But at least I think connection feels like a good move. If you can get it like this is definitely good. If you can get it like this is also feels good. So all over it looks pretty nice, I think, for white in this case. If in a game it was just a block, and now there is some options which again I'm not sure. So definitely you can Atari if you want. Well, say definitely, but probably black is not bad if you Atari. So yeah, we need to connect first. And black will definitely play here. And then the question is, can we play this? Which is not so easy to tell, but my intuition tells me that white is dead. But we have this one, and this one looks like an option to play. Just, it feels like the same, but somehow the shape-wise maybe it's better. From the other side, there is also a cut. This starts to become a bit complicated. I think, again, this kind of moves, they're really, really complex. And as far as Jan doesn't like this complex plays, I kind of understand him playing from inside and then just building the shape. Looks pretty normal. Here black have a choice between A and like some combo and then play like this, or just turn. From my experiences, both are possible, so it's more like which you prefer, and looks like both are good. And now this Joseki by itself, white made some mistakes, and now the problem is how to settle the shape. Um, like it feels like some move like A or B would fix it, but it's really, really slow. So maybe some high move here or something like this would be better, but again, there is some issues with the shape here. So I'm not sure. Jan decided not to play and just play the like approach to the corner, which makes sense, in fact. Uh, but feels like black is really, really happy to destroy the shape a bit. This makes sense. And this pincer I also like from white. But I think now you kind of have to accept this. I mean, if you just focus, like think about this position, it doesn't look so bad. You lose a lot of points, but black shape is heavy. So if we just play something like this, white can put a lot of pressure on this group, on this black group. And also white is really strong. So it's not really easy task for black at the moment how somehow to solve it. Maybe it's possible, but I'm not sure what is the clear solution in this case. Uh, in a game, it was this connection, which looks more active, but in fact, I'm not sure it's working at all. For example, if you just cut and Atari, and here, well, I'm not sure we need to. Maybe we can just play this. And if we defend, this just leads to disaster. If we just ignore it, which would be like this. Hmm. This is kind of leads to the same variation, I guess. Some kind of fight like this, which is not clear if it's really bad for white or not. Hmm. This is still not easy to decide what to do. I'm thinking about the different moves, but let's see what was in the game. It feels like white is under some pressure, but there is no clear solution here. Weird of this peep is weird. Timing is weird, but it's okay. We need to answer. So Mateusz was scared to play like this. And it's not like I'm thinking it's bad or good. I just don't have any clue if it's playable. Maybe it's okay, maybe not. And I kind of understand why he didn't play it. He went for the like way more simple variation, which also makes sense. Maybe one more push. I thought this is just good enough. Something like this, and we just try to escape. He wanted to push one more. I mean, if he can get it, then it's great. But still, I guess we need to reinforce the shape. Maybe now we can play a bit more flexible. Still not clear how. Still, I want to play this, but maybe just Keima would be better. To push, to put some pressure on the three stones. And even though white group is alive, I think black kind of can be happy with the result here. Black get a lot. Black managed to destroy the area completely, get some kind of shape and cut off the three stones. And for the fight, it feels really good. Okay. This I'm not really fan of. So I understand the logic. The logic that there is no clear cut if we try to cut. Wait, if we try to cut, this would happen, and then yeah, and then we have a B2 bomber here. A B2 bomber is this kind of shape, which doesn't feel like a good way to play. So I would rather play like this, maybe jump from this side. Try to, not really try to connect, but maybe in some cases even give up these stones. The thing is that it's a lot of stones, but they don't do much in this game. Top is already alive, like this. Cannot be killed. This is also alive, so it's just stones. Kind of a lot of stones, but also it's not so easy to just cut them. So you can decide what to do later. At this point, I think this is the game. No, the game is like this. Okay. Uh, I think Mateusz is wondering, can he Tenuki? And I think he should. Yeah. And this is the game because there is few options what you can do. One option is to push and let's say play like this or even play like this, maybe. This is slightly worse because white can play here, white can finish in center, so blocking right now it's a good timing. I think somehow Jan overestimate the 7 stones or 6 stones at the moment. And this is certainly not going to die, but it will just suffer a lot. And imagine if you need to run like this, then all this peep kind of not working properly anymore. And white still has issues with the shape. and later black will fix it with something like B. This feels like a disaster for white. So white cannot really run out, and you need to live locally, which is not so easy to do. Maybe something like this. And then black still can fix the shape. And then after this situation, I'm not even sure we are alive there on top. Maybe we are, maybe not. This is a bit of mystery for me. But if we continue like this, or like even let's say we connect, if A is center, maybe it's center for both groups. It feels like might be a problem already. Even now, let's say white plays somewhere, even this feels like an issue from the beginning. And then we play like Atari and something like this. And this is already a situation where you don't want to be as white, to just kind of live with two eyes with both groups, but both groups not even certainly alive. I'm start to think maybe the good idea is at this point just to give these three stones, maybe like this, and try to live in a corner, for example. Just to try to go for an exchange, get center or get these stones later. One of these two. I think black would answer here. And now just play on the bottom. It feels like a better plan. Also, you most likely will get something like this, and doesn't look so big, especially that you can get center and not a bad shape. Yeah, this is the game. Jan will try to live. I think this game feels really, really comfortable for Mateusz. I think looking back, I think this jump is necessary at this point. Like, you need to jump once and then maybe you can peep. Because now this block by itself doesn't look so scary. Probably still annoying, but I think white can easily just go for this kind of trade and it looks okay. Yeah, at this point I think it's a good idea to make a pause for this game. So far both players play pretty slow. I will tell you a few things about the just the tournament. It's 5 rounds, and there is 12 people in the top group. So far, there is left only 6, so it's round 2. It's left only 6, which is Jan Komin and Mateusz Surma, Dach, Bartik and Yuanzhen, and Łukasz Pompera and Yuanzhen. This is also some Chinese player. I'm not sure I know how strong is he. It's like it's a 5 dan by rating, but I'm not sure. With a Chinese player, you never know. Can be 5 dan because I think when Li Yuanzhen started to play in the tournament, he also was 5 dan. But right now he is winning tournaments and his rating is like something like 27, 30 and growing. And yeah, it can be a problem that yeah, he was 4 dan and then not in the London Open and he was very strong, so it became 5 dan. I think about these 5 dans, that I mean they need to we need to make he would play with Łukasz Podpera and this would be a test for him. Is he 5 dan or 7? I think this is a good test because the last Vuxi, the Chinese guy, played with in Prague, I think, with Podpera, and it was half a pointer, which means he's on the same level. And also, like some other people played with Lukasz, so if it would be one-sided game, then most likely he's a weaker one. If it would be close or he would lose, then we will have another 7 down. Yeah. But we will see. But I think in the not the London Open, the top Asian guy, like probably Li uh, Li Xuanzhen won. Li Yuanzhen won the tournament, so I guess he should be a bit weaker than the other Chinese guys. But we will see. Now let's move to the other game. Other game, it's Bartik playing Li Xuanzhen. They started to play a bit faster. They were a bit slower in the beginning. So Bartik is really, really young. And I think he beat some strong players in the last tournament, maybe in Vienna. I remember he beat some, well, I'm not sure he beat strong players, but he certainly makes some difficult games for people. Maybe even beat. I remember he beat Victor Lin, but I'm not sure he beat someone else. Maybe, maybe even some strong. Yeah. hmm He lost to average 5 dan. Yeah, so it should be it should be just a normal 5 dan. But about Bartik, yeah, he's sometimes you can see he's playing strong. I saw in Vienna he played with Lukasz. It was very close game. He lose by a few points in the end, so he can play calm long games. But let's see. I think Li Yuanzhen probably even stronger than Lukasz Podpera. I think from my feeling he's closer to 2750 around. Even I checked recently his score with Kim Do-hyuk and he's winning 4-0 against Kim Do-hyuk, and I think it's almost impossible to reach that with his current rating. I think you need to be like by far stronger. Maybe it's also uncomfortable opponent, which also makes sense. But he's definitely strong, and I saw some of his games. And also, I talked with all of Chinese guys, and they said that Li Yuanzhen is definitely stronger than all of them. So yeah, but how strong is he? We will see. He's not unbeatable because I know like a lot of people beat him, like Valery Krushenitsky beat him, Ali Jabarin, also Demian Wu. So a lot of people managed to beat him. It doesn't say that he's weaker than them. I think what I noticed from his style, he's extremely aggressive player. Like he goes to some crazy fight and he just, you know, some people try to find a compromise. He's not this kind of player. But let's see. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone in the chat whom I didn't say hello yet. So let's go to game number 2. So even in the first and in second games, the stronger players are huge favorites. Like if you put 5 dan, or Jan Komin is 4 dan, but he's close to 5, with the person who is rating close to 8 dan, I think the chances should be, I don't know, I would say 1 to 25, but I think it's generous. This is my feeling. Uh, but the thing is, like 1 to 25, it would be if you take like 2800 to 2500 or something. But the reality is a bit different because both Bartik and Jan Komin are growing for dance. So basically, they are motivated, they know a lot. Maybe they can find some interesting variation and try to trick you. So probably 1 to 20, I would say. So 1 out of 20 games should be the realistic chance of winning. And yeah, in these both matchups, I would definitely cheer for the weaker opponent. I mean, sometimes it happens that a stronger opponent, you lose, but it's always, nice when you witness some kind of sensation like this. Okay, so first move, which is looks weird nowadays. It's not wrong, but usually don't see it often. And the reason is that AI just say it's not good if you play Kosumi. Like, not good in the reality of AI. For humans, this is okay. And I think if you would play some Joseki like this is completely even, and you can play it if you want. But just nowadays, I think people just stop to play O17 because it AI just don't like it, and then step like year by year, people just forgetting that this move exists. I think I liked a lot this kind of approaches, like A or B. Especially B, I liked a lot. And nowadays, as far as AI says, you just always need to play Kosumi and you will get not a bad result as black. I also stopped playing these two approaches because it's just becomes kind of sad to play this Joseki with one variation. There is no branches anymore, and even though it's even, I feel like you lose a bit of, you know, some creativity with the move at A, and Joseki are very simple at this point. But I think it's a good idea to try A or B time to time. Also, if you play with a younger player, they might not even know that this kind of move exists. Or like they know that this exists, but like they don't know anything about that. Yeah, so we have some kind of a Joseki, which is probably even, I guess. Even though I like black in this situation. Mm, I'm just trying to consider why I like black. This shape it looks good, but white gets center. Here you kind of have slightly better shape, which I'm not sure. This is looks really like a problem. And even this end cut looks a problem. And you invest a move, so I don't like this for white. I think this exchange is just not helping much. But probably computer would say it's even. Yeah. Okay. Simple Joseki. Do we Keima? I think here probably we should Keima. It just feels kind of natural to play like this. Maybe you can even play this just to ask what is the solution and then place something like this. This is also looks okay, or maybe cut also. I think this feels more active, and it's also not clear what to do. It's not like you can ignore. Like in theory you can, but I think black is happy to fight like this. And that shape point at 015 looks like a really urgent move for both. So looks like not a bad option. This is very soft. But again, even though it's soft, cannot be that bad. Joseki. This is again slightly soft, but I think Bartik trying to make the game peaceful, which is makes sense. I think, well, here is not so clear. Um, in theory, Yuanzhen likes a lot complicated games. But more you play with a weaker opponent by rating, more you don't like to play fight. I would be happy to play endgame, for example, because in fight you need to complicate it, like everything's complicated, possible, you make mistakes and the situation is just goes out of control. So yeah, peaceful game kind of should be okay. And due to such a big level difference, I feel that even if the game would be peaceful, Liu and Jen would feel super confident, like, or comfortable, I don't know. But anyway, this is really peaceful variation, but this move is slightly aggressive. But black white I think would just answer, yeah. I think you can play more aggressive if you would play like this and play something like this or Keima. Also, it feels more active. Here, white is happy to answer, and I don't really know what is the continuation. Somehow it looks heavy and not really clear it's necessary. Yeah, this somehow it feels just black is doing what white wants, and this cut, it's not like you get a lot from it. In my eyes, it feels just bad for black, especially here at Hane. Probably he thought if he push, he will get Atari, and he didn't like the shape. But Hane, it's not like we are going to play this, which to be honest, I'm not sure. Maybe even this is okay, because I don't see a clear way how to handle it. Ah, maybe we cannot cut. Okay, then this doesn't work, but black can just jump. And if we jump, I think we need to extend. It feels that black just played too many times. In a game, white kind of play Hane, which is nice for black. I think if you play the Hane, then maybe it's a good exchange. But I'm not really 100% sure. I'm just thinking, does it really worth to play here or not? And with these exchanges, it's more like a mystery for me. Like, I think if I would be in a position like this as black as white, and I'm looking at this position and I'm not sure if this Atari is like give us something or not. Probably not. But very often this is the key where like the crucial moment where AI and humans see position in a different reality, I would even say. In my reality, this is just a good exchange, but maybe I'm wrong. At least I don't think that playing elsewhere like Yuanzhen did, it's not a problem, I guess. Yeah. hmm What to do next in this game? Don't have any ideas. Probably play on the right. Okay, he decided to defend. I was thinking to play like this, but doesn't feel good. Keima also doesn't feel good. This is also kind of feels sad. Yeah. So fighting spirit frustration. Mm. More I look on this position, I think this Hane is wrong. I think it would be way more easier to play even this kind of situation to keep Atari and everything and keep like maybe even just jump looks good. Maybe then cap. It feels like this way the position is easier to handle. Also, I'm not really sure how to handle this still. There is a lot of agi there. And like when we play this exchange, it feels like the agi gun there. And also, I'm still not sure, can we sacrifice it? Probably not, but I would also consider that. Yeah. In a game, it feels like the position is not easy. Also, can we ignore this? Like, this is another thing which I consider to ignore this Hane. Main point of it, that most likely we still need to play. And like, if we answer, then it would be eventually like this. which is not so many points, so maybe we can try to put some pressure and give up points, but be sure we are connected and try to get like, a wall for the whole board. And this also might be a way, uh, but Yuanzhen just playing calm. So maybe he's also interested to just have a peaceful game. So what to do in this situation? Probably we need to play this. Oh, I even guessed the move. Uh, Today I checked one of the games. Katago played with Dinghao on 2 stones. Dinghao is number 2, and Katago, kind of the combo was the same. That only we defend this side, then this invasion at B becomes pointless, and only you see that the invasion become pointless, that black is really strong in this side, then you need to play from top. And most of the time top is really a good way to get something. And it's not that easy to answer. And like this, maybe you can get some points. Like not points, but like some influence. And then after that, even the attack, just simple attack by playing normal moves would be way more severe than before with these exchanges. If we play like this, there is options what we can do. For example, we can even play this Kosumi, which looks really weird, but in this case, we can play like this, and we force black to answer, which makes black really strong, but white is not really mind to play that. How to make the invasion pointless? That's I will show. So if we try to play B, for example, let's say even we play like this, and we kind of want to live here, but it will end up in this kind of situation where in theory you can maybe live somehow, which is already, I'm not sure it's alive. It's really questionable if it's alive. But even if it's alive, outside black for black becomes so strong, and also you lose the corner. By itself, corner is a lot of points, and also this group becomes not alive. Even if white would be alive, which in this case I think might be a core or something, feels not really 100% alive to me. But maybe uh, this is not easy to make up, because like this is, I guess it's alive. But even like this, I think black can just jump, and he get a very nice shape, a lot of wall, and he destroyed the corner. And also white invested a move, so now it's black to play. And that's why just you can live there, but the result would be never good. Reason mainly that this site is strong and you cannot get like a lot. So if it would be like this, and then you can push, and this push is center, we need to answer, maybe you get something else, and then you can live in a really comfortable way, then it's okay. So if it would be like this, for example, I think this is fine for white. So the corner is not really damaged, slightly, but it's alive. You have some cut points which maybe you cannot cut, but you can clamp at C. And then overall, this is looks like okay result for white. I'm not sure even black is bad. I think it's more even than black is bad. And that's why if there is no, if let's say top is already strong, sometimes it's better just to consider to play from the other side, like this one, or even this. This is doesn't like it's maybe a bit over concentrated, but this Hane Connect gives you a lot of points, and as far as you cannot destroy the right, it's already okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. So yeah, this move I just learned today. I don't know if I would play that in my game. Like now I would, but I just learned from Katako that it's possible. At least it feels really annoying. And like if you play here, we can Hane, and then for example, right now we are connected, which is already gives us some options. So it's not that easy to decide what to do. Maybe we don't need to connect, we can just jump, but this connection is there, so it feels really nice. Yeah, okay. Like this, fight is still okay, but at this point, uh, white needs to settle a group, probably with a touch. And if white will settle a group in a like really okay way, then it would be close game. Even though the points are gone, here points all gone for black. Like this one maybe not, but these are all points are gone. At least black managed to settle this group as the compensation. Because now it would be Hane, groups would connect eventually. Mhm. Yeah, so kind of this group 1 with this group 2 is almost connected. It's very hard for white to cut. Maybe it's possible, but if you would start, let's say black plays something. If you would start to cut, then this push is a problem. Like you kind of need to answer, and then the cut by itself doesn't make any sense. So my feeling this is wrong. I don't think this Hane is okay to play. We're answering, but I start to be really under pressure. So let's say we answer. I don't know what to do on this kind of move. Like maybe everything is fine, but even if I play like this, it's already feels unsafe. But probably we can do even better. For example, in some reality, we can get this Atari and then play here, and that's also like now we are just dead. And if we play something like this is another problem. So there is a lot of tricks there, and I'm not sure Bartik is really looking in this kind of move. But even this is a problem. Like now we need to answer, then Hane, and then any type of jump is a problem. This or this. Corner is not alive. And players playing with the time settings 45 minutes plus 20 seconds feature. And in this time settings, it's very easy to find something in a corner. There is no pressure with time. Like you have never under pressure of Bayomi, so you can easily count something in the corners. And also from the perspective of the um, cost threats, it's also really a lot of cost threats. Each jump is good. Ah, maybe. By the way, I'm thinking this should be a good move. Almost like a center. Maybe it makes sense to just exchange this. Or I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe just extend here. I'm not sure it's center, but somehow it feels good. Maybe I'm too optimistic, I'm not sure. I'm trying to find easily anything in a corner. Probably like this it is. Like this. Maybe not. So maybe there is less agi than I just think altogether. Or maybe I just don't see anything. And Li Yuanzhen also decided to just take another big move. But if there is nothing, maybe then this idea of capturing such a huge corner makes sense. And if this is just all cash, then I think black is good. Just I have some doubts about that, if it's really all cash or not. But if yes, then it's just everything is good for Bartik in this game. Yeah. Right now, I think the game by itself looks to be even, maybe slightly better for black. My cat wanted to escape the room. Yeah. So let's move probably to the any co black cries. Yeah, that's true. But you know, if you play smart, maybe there is no co. But I see already one co. It would be one co would be here, which is almost impossible to avoid. For example, and it's already again like now. Escape the room or sabotage the electrics. Yes. I think I'm in headphones, so I don't hear it. But if I would just ignore my cat for a long time, it would, yeah. Maybe the broadcast will collapse because someone will eat the cable for internet. It happened. Not in a broadcast, but I think I was playing some online game, and then yeah, my cat decided that it's not the time. It's better not to ignore. Yeah, and this core is not really possible to play for black right now. So this is already some gain of that bad shape. And that's why I thought that in this case, like A, I would rather not play. I would keep it for the better time. So if it would be like this, and then let's say you push, I don't think this is center. You can easily ignore it. And in this case, it's a lot of points, but probably the other moves are just bigger. And then when you see that there is no call, for example, in this, like you would play some exchanges in this corner already, then maybe you can play A11 because this is also pretty big cost rate for black, just to play that. Okay, so this is the game. And they stopped here. Let's move to the board one. Wow. They are having fun. There is something dying here. I need some moment to understand what they are doing. So we were here. And then, okay, Keima, cut. Yeah, I didn't also understand this Keima. It feels like just playing here would be easier because from my feeling, these two moves, they are value more than this 7. Like 7 is a lot of points, but they are not doing much, even if white would capture them. So I think black should be kind of happy to go for this exchange, but also just a normal move would work. Then we have very interesting cut. And I think now looks a bit scary. It feels really, really scary. I'm also not sure what will happen if we just cut. So my feeling that we are just dead here as black, and there is nothing we can do. Like, really, really dead. Maybe we can try to sacrifice here or something in some way. Maybe something like this. But probably it's still a game. But as white, I would be happy to cut that much territory. It's just good. And also, you know, if you can play a move here, probably black just don't have enough. With this one, it's a bit more complicated. Probably same. This is even center. This is such a risky way of playing. I think this is real chance for Jan to make the game like I would say good for him. And now the next thing, do we really consider that this is bad? I think even like this, probably white is not bad. But I understand why we go for the ko. It makes a lot of sense because ko is for free. And there is no way we are answering this, because if we do, then we never win this ko. So the problem is just this cut, and it would escalate the problem. Like it's just more cost threats, and the next cost threat is bigger. So in this case, we have to just give them, and then white capture. And result is just terrible for black. It's really, really bad. He's alive. So the problem is not that these 7 stones are small or not. Like I said, it's small, and then if you just give them, it's okay. But in this case, the main problem is that all this group, it's kind of connected. So now white would play something like this. The group would be connected completely. And this is more like a wall that influence to the black area. And as compensation, black get 3 points, I guess. Maybe more, maybe 5. And these stones, which probably has some value, but pretty low value. And I think right now Jan is really in a good position. So Mateusz really overplayed with this. And it's kind of looked like an overplay. And maybe A by itself would be more clean kill. Uh, but also, you know, in this case, maybe sacrifice would be a bit more, I would say, as an interesting option for black. At the moment, as it happened, oh wait, this is the line, yeah. It feels like it should be just like a good game for black, for white. But he definitely needs to answer. Like, there is no way you ignore this. I think if you ignore this is more like, yeah, I think it's close to game over if you ignore it. There is option how you can answer. For example, you can answer like this. And there is no cut, but you give extra something. So the attach is the only move here. Maybe he's worried about this, which makes sense, but you can also just play here. So there is nothing really works. I think, yeah, I think feels easy this way. Hmm. We will see. But I think this is a real chance. Maybe there is a point to count points at this stage. For example, if another plus for this, in theory, you can play as white this call. Because group is alive, it's only about points, so in theory you can get something out of it. But this is like really, really small plus. If you have a lot of cost threats, for example, like in the previous game, then it's possible. Yeah, so Jan found the move. And now something like this, I guess, will happen, and then we need to play on the bottom. And at this moment is also not really clear because there is so much empty space, but it feels good for white to play in this situation. Hmm. I'm looking back in this game, it feels that probably I was checking even on this. I think this is just not working. So my feeling that we are losing the semi here, but so even like this, I feel like we are might be losing this. Maybe not. 3-6 on 5. No, this is not working. So we need to play this, this, and this. Just trying to figure out how to make it like best way, but this is some kind of core. Yeah, maybe this is the core. This is what you need to look for. And it's a core two-step. Doesn't look like a great result again. But I think the core and capturing the stones also was bad. So it's just black created a lot of problems by not like just by playing this schema. And now like my feeling that white is probably something like +10, maybe +5, but I'm not really sure. I think white is definitely happy. Yeah. Okay, we have a push. This push we need to ignore. There is no reason to answer this. There is just no point. Um, because on the Hane we anyway want to answer. And in this case we still need to capture. Well, maybe it's okay to answer, just it's like kind of not interesting. We want to have this kind of shape and a cut there. I mean, overall it's probably still okay. Even if we have this kind of shape, we still can live later with this. So it looks fine for white. Yeah. Probably let's move one more time to the second game because they are starting to play slow. I'm just checking how much time they have. So right now it's 100 moves. 100 moves and they have 45 minutes each. So they started at 2:30. It means that both players are around on 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So from my experience also Mateusz likes to think a lot in this kind of games, so probably they are both should be like 10-15 minutes, maybe even Mateusz has less time. But for him time is he's really rarely makes mistakes even when he's low on time. Yeah, let's move to the game number 2. We also don't have that many moves yet. Yeah, they basically had one. Wow. I mean, this move looks cool, but still only one. Uh, let's talk a bit about this move. So, my first feeling that nothing really works. If you play like this, there is some cuts, which feels too much. Well, I'm not even sure what is going on here because this is also not really obvious that it doesn't work. In some way it works, but complicated. But if, let's imagine doesn't work, which is the first feeling, this is also, I'm not sure it's working the way you want it works. So maybe you can just go down, which is one option. I think it's okay, cannot be bad. And the second option, just the calm way. The second option, just try to go for an exchange, which is definitely more aggressive option, but probably also okay, because it's not really clear what you want to get here. So this cut feels like a slack variation for white. This one maybe, but I'm not really 100% sure this is what you want to have as white. This is not even connected. And still black can just play, like to jump into the Moyo. This one I also don't feel like a good one, so I don't see a clear way why this move is bad. So my feeling that this is the, like I usually recommend not to ignore a touch, but I don't see what white will get if white will get Hane, for example, here, D or C. But also the second thing, you don't want to extend here as white. So move by itself looks cool, but I don't think it works nicely. And this one, it feels like some cool stuff. Oh, that's a nice answer. I think also Yuanzhen, he's first of all, I don't know why we need to exchange that. Wait, this is the variation. I don't clearly understand why we need to exchange it. Um, Probably he sees some option, some variation, but this is kind of a punishment. Because if you defend, which he did, there is no cut at all. And now we can just play Hane. Like, we just block. There is no way you get anything out of it. And basically, okay, this is bad exchange at the moment for black, but this is a terrible move. Uh, I think black gets a good position right now in the fight. Don't even know how to handle this. I think the correct way is just to ignore and maybe give something. I'm just telling like to ignore, but it's not so easy. Maybe you can push like this, and then after that play elsewhere. Then the cut is exist, but in theory you can kill it with this kind of it, with this kind of move. This. But that's also kind of happy result for black, so I'm not sure what to do, but definitely if we answer like in a game, black is just happy. Black lose nothing and gain a lot. Or like lose few points. I think this is still some kind of loss, but also very limited loss. This site is even open. White is not building much. And Hane is feels like a move. I don't know what to do on this Hane. It feels like really big trouble for white. And the second thing is points. There is not so many points here. Yeah. Looks like a hard game. I think we are entering the situation when both favorites has a hard game. And now we are entering the stage where both players have not a lot of time. Most of the time it's slight advantage for stronger player. Uh, but still, you know, everything can happen. As a strong player, if the game complicated, you also can make a mistake. And this one doesn't even look easy for white. I think in my feeling tells me that this is a really hard game for white. Maybe it's a good idea to count points. So if we count points here, it would be 15. Here I count like even another 15. And here I would count something like this, which is another 15 plus 5. So let's make it like this. So it's 20 plus 30, 50 points. And for black, already with the cash, we have something like this. then I would make it like this. Something in the center, which is hard for me to understand. I think in center black has plus, like some plus in points. And also we can count here, it would be like this, which is also a lot of points. $25. It's almost 30. Let's count 30, 40, 50. 52 I count without the center. But in this case, the center is a huge plus for black because white is not really alive, and you will get like at least some exchanges. For example, I don't feel like white can afford to connect two stones, so at least two stones you will take. Okay. This is maybe unnecessary aggressive. Maybe not. So what is he's doing? He's trying to get uh, this kind of extension block, but I'm like probably it's okay, and white is can be in danger, but I think just black is so good that even this kind of situation would be okay, for example. And then just continue to play the core. And even like this, I think black is good. And also, you know, white has a lot of crossroads, but left is not even crossroads for this kind of situation. A group is dying, you cannot really hope that you will get a crossroad there. So probably it all looks pretty good for black in any situation. But he decided to go for the even more aggressive option. It's like Bartik, and maybe it's not a bad idea. So now it would be like this. This is you have to answer and block. And Yuanzhen trying to use this, but I don't feel like black should be in danger here. But looks still complicated. This is also kind of cool, which I don't know, can we play or not? If we play like this is the situation when I think maybe white is not bad. So it's a bit tricky with all of this. But maybe we can also push few times, because why not? Maybe push once and connect. Looks not easy, somehow. So we need to push once. This we need to play. Maybe, can we just capture? Oof. I think we should just play this. Well, maybe we need to push here. Well, play this first. On this one we should capture. Yeah, definitely we should capture. He played this way. This one is the only one which is dangerous, I think. I think if you play like this and capture, and then on this you are kind of connected. The thing is, in this variation, even the only bad option for black is that black is dying. So if, in some reality, this is dead, then black is bad. All other options where white is alive, white, I don't know, managed to live, connect, destroy here points, it will be still good because you get a Panuki. And this Panuki creates a lot of invisible points, which is very hard to capture, and the same here. If imagine the other variation that you play this Atari, we play here. Happens, looks like a decent way, but after this you capture here, and yeah, white is connected, but you just don't care. You get so much from this side already that that black connected is also doesn't really matter. And again, you will have some center moves like push here, which is also looks really nice. And it's not clear what white should do. And I think this way black should be also easily ahead. I play some simple moves, but also even you also get this, and you enter endgame with the first move. For example, maybe you can capture these extra points. There is a lot of things to do here, and it feels just really hard game for black, and we enter endgame for white. Like this, it's more like um, yeah, the game where I'm not even sure what's going on, but it's super complicated. Also, I kind of afraid of this move because it's a lot of liberties gone, and well, maybe it's still okay. We capture it? Not really, but we also have a lot of liberties. It's still a fight, so that's why I don't like it. This one is more like complicated fight where you win the fight, most likely you win the game. You lose the fight, you lose the game. And this is, by the way, where Yuanzhen is pretty good. So this is, would be another thing why I would not play it, just to make my opponent feel a bit sad, kind of a bit. But the other thing is, it's just complicated. You don't have time, so we don't know what will happen. So this is the game, and white extended. I think it's still good just to play the simple way. Okay, we need to connect here. Just capture. Let him give that stone. Connect your group. This is same Gote as before. It's slightly worse, but it's still probably okay. But Bartik goes for the most hardcore variation, so he goes for the kill. And I'm not sure we need that, like black need that. I think black is just was good before. But, you know, maybe like if I look the position as black, I feel like I have enough confidence to win this as um, black. So I just confident in my endgame. Maybe Bartik feel a bit scared that he's playing with by far stronger opponents. So maybe it just makes sense to play softer, which I understand, but not always this variation would work. This is another compromise one. So if we capture now, white connects, and then we play Hane, maybe, or just or attach, or this. This is probably still good for black. I think this is definitely good for black. So black also can get this. But I think there is no way he is not playing this right now. Because we're already in a fight, so we just go till the end. I think this is the mood here for this game. Like something eventually should die. There is no way we are going for the compromises right now. Okay, here I think maybe right now I will make a pause for 5 minutes, and then I will come back with the game number one. I will turn on the game number one at the moment. We'll see what happens here later, and yeah, this. And this is the game number 1. And yeah, they are still fighting, and the game by itself looks still good for white, but I will just be back in few minutes. So I'm back. Uh, let's come back to the game um, between Mateusz and Jan. Mm, what I can say about this, it looks still pretty good for white. Maybe let's see what happened. I think they play not so many moves. So it was like this. Yeah, white just lived on the bottom. Looks pretty good. This was also a very good move. I think black a bit underestimate all this. I think we need to play this kind of stuff. There is a problem with the shape, but overall I think this is way more comfortable to play than the game by itself. So black decided to just destroy the left like with the Keima or with the tiger mouse first and then Keima, but here Jan made a very good decision. So this area, it has entrance from the bottom, so if black also would want to play from that side, it doesn't make any sense to defend at A because you just don't defend points. Maybe the more realistic way just to count that you will have like around this line points anyway, and the other points are kind of meaningless. So I think this is the main point how you can think about that. And this way he get extra move from outside, which makes the situation is really comfortable for white. And I think at this point black is trying to do something, but these exchanges I think they are just bad. This doesn't feel like a good exchange. And then after this, black has two options and both options are pretty good. First, we can just play here to see what will you do because yeah, okay, this is the move from the game. It's very hard to answer because now all the shape is falling apart. Black is not dying yet, but like really on the edge. And black needs to live. And then you are alive as in center as white, and then you can make a group alive on the right. And I don't think this game is close, even. I think that white has so many points that black would be not winning this at least. Maybe I should count also. I'm just trying to understand what will happen here. Let's make it like this maybe. Yeah, and then something like this would be the line, I guess. So this what we have there, this what we have here. Like 28. On the top, I don't know what to really we have, so I would just cut it like this, maybe like this. So it's 5, 3, 14, and 9. It's a lot of strange numbers. So if we have it like this, it's 42, 51, no, 50, and so we have 60 points for black, and white has at this stage. So let's try to think. 28 plus something there, let's say 5, with the top and the bottom. Here 21 and 6. So what do we have? So it's also 60 points. So in theory it should be close, but why I like white more, white position is by far more stronger. And so I count this as 0, maybe in theory there is some points. So I think this is the main idea why I feel that white is not bad in this situation. Yeah, now white can play this, which is very strong move, just to destroy the shape. But also just answering here would be okay. And I think just all over, white should be fine in this position. This is slack. Oh, this is not good. It feels like this one is too slack. So I would prefer to play this one. Forced to play this exchange, and maybe if you play here, you can play like this. Atari, Atari, and then, I don't know, maybe Tiger Mouse, maybe extend also okay. This feels slow. I think if I choose between playing this move, I would rather not play anything at all. But Mateusz decided to defend. That also feels kind of slow. I think Mateusz should just defend the right. Maybe with this kind of move or something. Just to be sure that there is, like, if you play this kind of move, I'm not sure it's possible to live. And if you have it like this, I think black is just winning this. There's no way you can do anything about the game. Oh wait, this is the game. The interesting thing now, this move is center. So black is not really alive. Black has to play very bad exchanges, and black needs to answer this because it's a lot of points and center. And that's why white can now again play the sequence on the right just to live this one. And the game becomes again comfortable for white, I think. Yeah, but it's still a long to go, and we will see how it will develop. About the time, so right now they should be really, really close on 20 seconds by Yomi. They have a lot of moves at this moment, so they have 120 moves, which gives you 40 minutes. And then they have 45 plus 45 and 40 minutes. They're both on 20 seconds right now, kind of. It depends when they started. Maybe they started 5 minutes later, so In this case, they have just 5 minutes extra on both players. But right now, I think, like the European go starts when you don't have time and you need to finish half of the game on 20 seconds. It might be tough for the players, but for the viewers, it's the best. So this game would have a lot of interesting stuff. Let's move to the game number 2 with Bartik and um, Yuanzhen. So Bartik goes for the kill. He played this, and wait, or not. So he cuts, no, he defends, so he goes for the compromise. Okay, and white turn, which is by far too much in my eyes, but he's going for something. Okay, not sure. We need to play that. Maybe just this was easier. Ah, but there is a call. Okay, call we don't want to see at the moment. Hmm? So white has to cut. This is the plan what Bartik has. Don't know if it's good plan, but it's what he's trying to play. Um, it looks complicated, but somehow feels like should be okay for black. Even if you play like this, it looks okay. We cannot block, so we need to play like this. Now this one, Atari, this, Atari, and we don't need even to play the call. We just kill, and this is just too much. So I think this is what we are looking for. That white has a trouble. White is in trouble. Just how deep is the trouble? For example, what will happen if we capture? And then play maybe this way. So this way we will have some kind of a compromise, or maybe it would be like this, this and this, which is a compromise. Probably black is still good. So if white go like complete hardcore variation, but this is Geta. It's also not so easy. So maybe this is the only one, but this one is just we are just dying here. And there is no way. So we need to answer here, here, then have it something like this. So tough. Because this is also like, this is kind of alive, but I think black is still happy in this case, because everything is for black is alive, and for white is not. But most of the time is, here is, the time is super important. They have even less time than, 45, 45, yes. I think they are like, should be on 20 seconds both. But I don't clearly remember when they started. Maybe this again 5 minutes plus, 5 minutes minus. But this is tough for white, I would say. You need to do something, but I don't have any clue what. I guess we need to go for the compromise. We need to go for this. And then this. And something like this. I think there is no way we are playing something else. Problem with this, we are still behind on points because we didn't get much. This is not a great life. Top is almost dead. Like, this corner becomes even bigger. Also, we can capture stones. White is around 6 minutes, black is 1. So in 6 minutes, okay, there is some time to settle it somehow. But it still feels good for black. Black get more than I expected. And I think white just played too aggressively. White should just answer here. There was no reason to... Like, these two stones doesn't make any difference in this game. But he played a bit greedy, and I think Bartik also punished him. The problem is, like, for 1 minute, I'm not sure you can really... Like, you can play all the moves correct. But I think the main combination is this. There is connection, and this one. And I think this one he sees. And after this, I'm pretty sure that black always win the liberty race like this. I think this he also understands. And that's the most important thing. Because if you understand that he wins the liberty race like this, you don't need the other variation to know. And let's see. And white go for the compromise, yes. And white needs to live. So I don't know how to live clean here. Is this cleanly alive? I mean, it's kind of alive. So yeah, let's imagine it's cleanly alive. But it's also cost a lot of points to just live like this. So, we don't like to live. Or we are claiming we are alive. It's interesting claim, I have to admit, because this is just dead. Or not. It feels like it should be dead. Yeah. There's no way it's alive. And like this liberty race is also unreal to play. So it's just white is dead in one move. If you see this, I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there is some combo which I might miss, which is possible. Yeah, maybe there is some combo. Life is too short to wonder if you're actually living at all. White is after left center. This might be true, but the right is bigger. And also, you cannot really kill the left center, but he's answering. This is a bit wrong, I think. But again, this is 1 minute. And when you're like in 1 minute playing against strong opponent, yeah, you see, this is a chance. So if it would be like this is completely different game. Everything is solved, and black is just happy here everywhere. But like this, there is white suffered a lot here. But also black is kind of thin. And if you now add a move like something like this doesn't look so great anymore. So I think that was the idea, and he should use his chance to kill. I mean, even this would be okay. I think even this is dead. But this is not so clean dead. No, this was way easier to kill. Yeah. Okay. Game defended, and we go for the core, which probably we can play at this moment. Even. But white is pushing back nicely. Yeah, these kids are going to play European Championship, and it's a bit scary. But I played. I think last year I played against Robert, was at that point 4 done in the first round, and I won by half a point. In the long games, it's very tough. It's better. You don't want to get in the first round some young player. I think there is a huge gap in motivation for you if you're playing European Championship and you're like strong player. You don't feel like in the first round to put all efforts, and these young kids they are just waiting for a chance to kill the group like this. And yeah, it's always a problem can be. Yeah, he didn't exchange the bottom, and that's a lot of points. You could also always exchange this as black, probably even now. And I don't know why he didn't. It feels like it's always a plus. But also it's a good way to play the co, but this is probably how you just fight back in these games as white. Because I didn't count that many points for white. And now the situation becomes closer. And now this, I don't think that black is leading so much anymore. It's not about. I didn't play with Bartik at all. It was just about the other player who was the similar strengths. He was also young, and that's why I said this. It's about all young players that is very hard to play. With Bartik, I think Bartik is first time for Bartik to play in European Championship. So yeah. Now he's 5 done, and I think last year he was 4 done and he could not participate. Yeah. But I know that Bartik is short for the Bartolome. This I know. He's already famous, so it's hard to miss names already. Yeah. Anyway, about the games, I'm just thinking right now if it's getting closer. I think right now if White would defend somewhere in the center, which I think he would do, probably White is better. The thing is only, which I am wondering if there is anything here. For example, can you kill it? Probably not at all. Yeah, this is the second eye, and yeah, think Bartik probably missed his chance, and now um, it feels like it's a close game, but I would always. I think White just get too many good center moves, and he kind of escaped from the pressure at the moment. Like answering this one or this is one of the centers, but I think this is just the biggest move. And also, this advantage in time helps a lot. Let's imagine we need to answer somehow here. Let's imagine we answer like this. Um, just to have some endgame. But eventually we still need to answer with this kind of move. And I think this left might be just enough right now. But again, 20 seconds, yeah. He even go for more aggressive option. So his idea that if we would play like this, probably we need to answer. And then you get this kind of shape, which makes sense. And in this case, this would be center. If you play like here, we can just extend. Yeah, this feels big. Looking back, I think black should at least play here to try something. Because right now I feel like white has just more points. This was also kind of center. Now white even can answer like this. And then if white would answer like this, I would make some exchanges to make it clear the borders where they will be. So it would be something like this. Probably. So it's 28 for white. Here at the bottom is becoming smaller, so I count it like probably like this. Maybe even like this we can count. Here I would count still something like this, and here we have few points. Let's say 5. So it's 28, 5, 13, 17. Yeah, so it's 30, 63. And what about black? Did black get more? This becomes a bit smaller. I would say it's 8. This was 29 as before. 7, 12. And here it's 4 and something. So let's make it 6 maybe. 6, 29, 8. And 13 I wrote. I just don't know. Let's count 13 because this is easy. So it would be 40, 50, 55. Yeah, I think like this. Most likely black doesn't have enough points, so he go for the more aggressive option. Uh-huh. This is interesting. But it doesn't feel good still. I think white is even good with this one. Maybe there was point to play like this, but he was afraid of this variation, I guess. Maybe he can capture and then play like this, which makes some sense. This probably would be better. I think also it would end up like this, and this gives a bit more chances because you build the points as black in the center. So this is okay. But like this, you give a Ponuki. Probably we need to play something like here, but okay, this is the trade. Now we need to play this. Oh wait, or there's this. So I'm starting to be a bit worried about the whole group altogether. Maybe if we connect, or like first we need to connect here. These 3 stones, even you can capture them or not, it doesn't matter. It's really small, so we need to play this exchange and then just connect, I guess. And this connect is center for the group. Like if we ignore it, I think the group by itself is dead. There's a huge group with one eye, and it's not like there is much space to make the second one, so we cannot afford it. And it means that we need to do something about the group. This is the game. We need to defend, and now maybe white can defend like this. But even like this, it feels just really, really good for white. Also, I would be even more afraid if in this point white would play this one. Yeah, this, and then this. The thing is, it's kind of center all, and then we connect. And now probably somehow we can live, but this is very sad life. It feels like everything is just falling apart. I think White played really smart here with this extent. And basically white forced the decision to make for black, and black should go for B. Because I think he clearly understood that if you play like this, black also gain points here and the shape is still bad. And at this point, when white extended, black should take the risk. Now it's just becoming worse and worse. Shapes in the center, they're not really a plus, and right now, yeah, especially after this, he would just go for the kill. Yeah, now it would be just that. There is no way you can live here as black. So I think this was a good game from Bartik. I mean, it's not over, but I don't think as a 7 dan you can lose this. So let's move to the other one. They also had some, I think Jan also had the decent chances, and we probably stayed for a bit too long to this. Let's go to see the other one. I also really wonder what will happen there. And here, even if this group is alive, I think it's still hard to win, but I don't see this being alive. Like, there is no way. Maybe you can do something in the right, like in theory, you can try to build an ice. But the problem in this kind of situation that this move is always center, and then white doesn't need to do much just to destroy ice. And I think this game would finish soon. But Bartik had some chances. We probably he needs to just go not to from the passive one, but to more aggressive way of playing. Okay, let's see how is Jan doing against Mateusz here. So, what do we have here? Uh-huh. So far, it looks like if Jan would live on the right, it's okay, but I don't see him alive. Let's see how it starts. So he played this, which is not as. So they finish here. This Atari, and then basically white block and black capture, which makes a lot of sense. White finished in center, which is good enough. And now white invaded. And in this case, I think if white would live, white is winning. And black also understand that, so this is the clearly killing move. You are never playing anything like this. To be honest, I don't see if this group is alive or not. My feeling is not, especially after the last move. So I think right now it's alive. If we play something like this, there is no way it dies. Or let's say this, and then here. This is we need to answer. And now we play Hane, and then well, even like this, it should be alive. Yeah, even like this is alive. So this is the idea how you can live, but probably there is more clear way. For example, this one probably is also alive, but to be honest, I like this the most. Maybe extend also is okay. So there is a lot of options how you can live, but he decided this, and this one is not really giving eye space. The problem with this move that it's center, but it's not giving eye space. And now after this, he's just dead. Yeah, I think this is just dead, and there's no way you can do much here. It's just he miscalculated. Let's think what would happen if he would be alive. So if this is the case, and let's say we play it like this, and then live, I think he is just alive here. There is some agi, but maybe we can even push and play Hane. and capture. I think this game is not close. I think white is winning by a lot. Yeah, white is winning by a lot like this. So he was kind of one move, I don't know how to say it, one step away to win. Probably black can try to play more aggressive to kill the eye here and then try to have some fight, but it's also not that easy because this kind of moves, even though you have some kind of options here, but it doesn't look like it's easy. It feels like more that black would manage to, like white would manage to live and will have a lot of points. And I think this is not enough, especially if you already go in for the kill and you need to probably answer like this. So white get all points and white live with the groups. White by far has more points. So Mateusz probably felt that he just has not enough points and his bet was kind of fine. I think it was good. Probably he felt that if he just let it live in a normal way, like I don't know how to let it live in this kind of way, then it just might be not enough. Which is might be true. I want to check what AI thinks is probably even. Yeah, AI thinks it's +2 for white. So maybe it just looks that black doesn't have so much points, but it's still kind of close. And in a game, when you play like this is all-in move, and Jan just missed his chance, I think, to find this move. Both players in today games, both players showed like really good games until move 150. It was even, and then more experienced players managed to win in both of the cases. And I think main reason of it is first of all time. So if you have some, you know, stronger player usually have some advantage because shapes and other stuff you can find faster. And the second thing, probably experience. Like these young players feel maybe they don't mm, not ready mentally to go for this one chance. Yeah, and yeah, that's probably the problem. But you get experience, you play these few games like this, and then you know, at some at some point, maybe like in 5 games, the Jan Komin could, like, if he would have such five games like this, he would grab the chance to manage to build twice here. And this is a big mistake, and I think Mateusz also made a blunder, but not blunder, but miscalculation in the beginning. But that's that makes you a strong player, that you fight back and you find your chance. And I think he just keep it close, keep it close. In the end, he went for the kill and it worked out. Maybe he shouldn't even. Maybe he should just still make the game longer and hope to manage to do it to win in endgame. But he went for the kill and it worked out. But it was very nice performance for both of the young players from Czech Republic, and maybe even in this tournament they will get a chance to try to beat another 7 Dan or professional. Um, yeah, but this time the experience and rating worked out. Yeah. Yeah, next round would be 5:45. So yeah, the stream would start around 6:30. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, see you in 6:30 in 1 hour and some minutes. Yeah, 1.5 hours, maybe even less. Yeah, thanks, and yeah, have a nice break and see you later a bit.